Hey there, CJ Math students, and welcome to homework 119. Today I'm going to ask you to find the missing value when I give you the mean. So I'm actually going to give you a mean, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of data, but then I'm going to say, hey, one of the data is missing. To find out what it is in order for the mean to be true. So just to recap, the mean is the average of a data set. You add up all the numbers and divide by how many you have. That's important. Not by how many you see, but how many you actually have total. So make sure you have your heading up at the top, and let's start with problem number 1. It says Jaden has won the following games on Fortnite: 4, 3, 5, and then a question mark. We don't know. If Jaden wants to be able to say he averages 4 Fortnite wins a day, how many wins does he need on his last day? So here's what we do. We set it up just like we are setting up a mean problem where we add everything up. But when we add everything up, we're going to include a variable. 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus the thing we don't know. And you'll notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4 data sets. So that's why we are dividing by 4. And we want his average to equal 4. It says right here, he says he hopes that he can say at the end of the day that he gets 4 Fortnite wins a day. So that's why we set it equal to 4. So now we have a fraction equation here, and the way to undo a fraction, or a way to undo division, is to multiply both sides by that denominator. So when we do that, everything on top drops down, and these two 4's cancel out. So we have 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus x equals 4 times 4, 16. Let's combine the like terms here. We got 4, 3, and 5. So 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. So we have 12 plus x equals 16. And so hopefully now you're seeing, the amount of wins that he needs to have in his last day in order to say that he averages 4 wins happens to be 4 wins. Please circle your answers. Please make sure you show all work like I have. I do not need you to write out the question. All right, so let's do number 2. It says Dion's test scores are as follows: 65, 80, 85, and an 85, and a question mark. And Dion wants to say at the end of the quarter, hey, I have an 80% average. What score does he have to get on that last test in order to keep that 80? This is good for some of you guys in your grades sometimes. If you're like, hey, what do I have to get on this test in order to get an 80, an A in this class, right? So this is how you can set this up. You can take all your grades plus the next grade you don't know, and you have to say, okay, how many grades did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, plus that one I haven't taken yet. So I had 5. That's why we're dividing by 5, because there's 5 tests, even though I haven't taken one of them yet. And I say, okay, set it equal to your desired average. In this case, Dion wants to walk out of the class with at least an 80, so he'll say 80. All right, just like we did in the last problem. To get rid of this fraction, we multiply both sides by 5. Doing that cancels the 5's off here, so we have 65 plus 80 plus 85 plus 85 plus x equals 400, right? So everything up top gets dropped down. You cannot forget to do that. If you forget one little piece of data, that will mess you up. Then make sure when you're combining your like terms, right, that you're doing a nice job of making sure that you get all of them. So if I add all those up, I get 315 plus x equals 400, and then this, of course, this is just our one-step equation. I'll subtract 315 from both sides, and in order for Dion to walk out of this class with an 80%, remember, because that was his goal, he has to get an 85 on this test. Right? If he gets above that, then he'll probably be above an 80. If he gets below that, then he'll won't accomplish his goal and he'll be below an 80. So some of you guys are thinking, well, wow, he had an 80, an 85, and 85. You know, why does he have to get another 85 in order to average an 80? Well, that's because this test right here, 65, really pulls down his average. That's why we tell you guys when you have missing assignments or zeros and stuff like that, like, hey, get that stuff in. Half credit's better than no credit. All right? So you are going to be responsible for problem 3. Which is exactly like problem number 2 there, except this time there's only 4 tests involved. Then I want you to do problem number 4. Your desired average there is 30, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. And you need to figure out that 5th game. Then I want you to do problem number 5. That has 7 data points in it, right? You know 6 of the data points. Your desired average there is 16. So these are the things that you're setting your equations to. And then here you have another 7 data points, and again, you want your desired average to be 4. So I'm going to zoom out here so that you can see everything without having to rewind the video or anything like that when you're doing the problems. And hopefully, zoom out just a little bit more. Great, hopefully you can see all those now. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to give me a call. But once you're done with this, please email me the code word and do 20 minutes of STMath. That's it.